Hello. Yes. Let's talk about the movie ELESHIN. Yes. And again, I'm proudly Ninja. Yes, I'm repping Ninja all the way. And I think I have the privilege and the honor to talk about this movie because I'm a Nigerian. I'm from the Yoruba tribe of Nigeria, and of course I love. I'm a big fan of art, and so I understand the movie. Yes, and I also understand the fact that some people don't understand the movie. Yes, due to a few things here and there that were not put in place, which I think they can always, work on for much other stories that they would like to do. But first of all, let's give honor to whom honor is due. Let's appreciate the crew and all the management of Ebony Life Films. I think they did a good job from where they're coming from contemporary movies to this. I think this is fantastic. This is a step notch up, a step higher than where they're coming from, and I think they deserve a round of applause. Ooh, yes, great job, Mo, Auntie Mo, and the rest of the crew. But a few setbacks for me, so I'll just go straight to the point. The technicalities for me. The first is the props. It was so obvious that the palm rope, the palm wine tapper, when he was on the tree, the rope that he used to tie himself to the, I'm talking about props now, was a belt of Ishimoto. His belt that they used to pull the broken down vehicle. Raphael, leaves could have been used. That's what they normally use, and I don't think it's difficult to find. So the props person needs to be given 2 Iladi, 2 for that error. Yes. And I also think that that's for the props. Then I also think for the language, yes, the language was good, yes, but the lines, yes, the delivery lines for the great, the beautiful Shafi Bello, yes, the character Iyaloja that she played, I think the lines were too much for her. At the scene, the prison scene where ELESHIN was in prison, I think that was too much. The lines, I'm sure she would have read like 10 pages for that, just that scene. Yes, it was plenty. Though she delivered well, the expression and the delivery was good. But of course, she also had accent a little. You need to listen well to hear that. Yeah, she had accent. She's a classical tush mama kind of person. Now coming to do a local Iyaloja. So I understand. But I felt it. I noticed that little. So it wasn't all smooth, but she delivered. The expression, the acting was good for her. And for the characters, Odunlade na actor. Don't be any other thing. Odunlade na give him his flowers. He's a fantastic actor. Yes, a little people had issue with the age, that was not too young for that role. But I know those days they used to marry early. They do a lot of physical activities to keep fit, and of course, elderly people then used to like women, so they like, and we might be using, maybe the director just wanted us to assume that you're using sagbadowe. Yes, sagbadowe, that's what they call it, meaning that the elderly use drugs that will make them look younger. So we just assume. But the director, may so rest in peace, Mr. B, did a fantastic job, getting the best out of Odunlade. I love the scene that he had to face the white man when when he was almost, when you got to the King's Palace and all that. That was the only part I noticed that he was really young. Yes, although of course he actually did early, but that one, I think the lines made him just ginger too much, kind of. So in all, Odunlade was amazing. He's a good actor. He's a great actor, not just a good actor. He's a good actor. Acting is him. He's acting. Shafi Bello, I gave it to her. Yes, and the Brimo, the new guy on the block. Oh, great. It was great to see him, and I love that they use his music all through the movie. Yes, Brimo was fantastic. I don't know why he had to look so beside Odunlade. Next time, don't stand beside Odunlade or Brimo. Run away from him. He made you look so, you know what I mean. But he did that role so well. And the women, the village women, the Aloja women, the leader of that women, that lady deserved more roles. Yes, she was amazing as well. She did a fantastic job. Those that do the enchanters, the Ewi people that used to, yes, the songs, and the women know how to go into mood when it is sad, when they're happy. No, I think the director did a fantastic job. So cinematography, taking me to cinematography, is amazing that our directors, our DOPs have taken it up. So if you are in this production area of this cinematography and you're still not there, you need to really scale it up, get trainings. this industry is moving so fast in that area, and I give it to them for a job well done. Fantastic job well done there. I also think that the part of interpretation, the white man and the African Odunlade and Shafi Bello and all that, I think is allowed in heart. Yes, it is allowed in heart, you know, for you to assume that your characters understand the language each other are speaking. But I also think it's important that it should have been noted, a little write-up on the screen or below the screen could have been written before those things, so that those that are not into art will understand where you're coming from. For somebody that is a art person, they will be like, this can't be real, this is not real. How can you just be speaking and this you understand? And you're supposed to be a local man, you're supposed to be a foreign man. So I think that was key for them. They should have put I think there's a lesson next time. I think it is allowed in art for we to understand the characters and know their languages, but it's also important to be able to communicate to everybody, both to those that understand the language and those that don't understand the objective of the act that you're putting up. And I also think that for a few scenes that yes, Joke Silva, Auntie Taiwo Lancelet, Auntie Joke were in the palace. It was so rare to see that they are doing, you know, not major roles. We are used to seeing them do major roles, and you know that they had to. I don't still understand why they made that masquerade costume. I don't know, maybe for the house scene, yes, it's fine. For the house scene, they were just trying to play around and be playful. But for that palace scene, I'm still not getting it. I think it wasn't necessary. I think it wasn't necessary, yes. And that takes me to the nude scene. Yes, African women used to, you know, wear little clothing on themselves and have boast of their bosom and all that. But for that scene, was it just to captivate us, or it was what Netflix wanted? Maybe, I don't know. But to me, not necessary. Okay, so then again, in all of it, I think also that the language was fantastic. Yes, I've said that the language was fantastic. So again, I want to talk about, yes, the part that this lady, the bride, the clothing for the bride, yes. So it also should have been written there, because in Africa, virginity is something important. So I had a few friends reach out and said they don't understand that part. What's the part all about? So it should have been written. And these are things that we are trying to pass on knowledge. So you don't just assume that everything will be acted. So some have to be written, you know, put it on the screen that virginity in Africa is considered very important for a new bride. So that will also help, you know, that will help greatly. That will help, just like as I mentioned, for the interpretation between the white man and the local man. And of course, in all of it, it was a beautiful movie. But I also think that we should not just assume that everybody understands art. And that's where I think Netflix, the producers, should also talk to Netflix whenever they want to sponsor African rooted stories. They should understand that our stories can't just be in 2 hours. No, it is not all those thriller movies. It's not a boss kill actor kill boss and that's it. Our plots are plenty. Our stories have a lot of plots to give, and so there's so much more to give. And I think it's better if they put them on series. You can remember Shotolu Wanilonile, Shaworede, Agogo Ewo, you know, even the gospel Agbaranla, even the recent gospel one, Abejoye, 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons, because our stories, if you want them to be relatable, we need to show where they are coming from, you know, where they are going and where they are now. There must be, because these are stories indebted into culture. It's not just about one person. It's about a group of people. That's what culture is about, a group of people, just not about one individual. And the group of people get their, you know, their values and their, you know, their pattern of life from a particular source. And so you might not be able to say everything so well, but at least you'll be able to break those barriers and be able to export, you know, this our culture that we so much love and cherish. Yes, maybe not all, but that was so much love and cherish. And I think it's still happening right now, even in some part of I don't know about the east, but some part of the west, I think it's still happening, but it's just coded. It's just silently done because of the western, you know, every civilization that is going on. So these are things that we want to share. We want to be the one to share our stories, and I think they should give us the opportunity to do it better. I think it's a lot of hard work for producers to just put African deep-rooted, you know, stories. Even Wole Soyinka's that the Wole Soyinka's book, a lot of people didn't understand, that book well. So many had to read it over time, and that's the way our stories are. It changes your perception, changes your. You can't just say it is one size fits all. No, it's not. That's not the way our stories. We have a lot of beautiful stories, and if we need to share them, I think we need to do it the excellent way and the perfect way. Movies is not a way for us to do it. So I think for in all, Ebony did a good job. It's way better from where they're coming from. They're getting better and better every day. So I will recommend the movie. Yes, I think you should watch. If even if you're not an art student, open your mind. If you want to watch it, just open your mind, have a free mind, leave all the the feedback you've heard and see what for yourself, and see the ones you can learn. The lessons are much. For me, a lot of lessons, time management, whatever you have to do quick, like we say, do quick. Whatever you have to do quick. Greed can destroy us. Have a thin line between what you love, what you need, and what you want. Have a thin line. We should be careful. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Let's see what other movie will come on board, but I think this one is highly recommended. We should watch. It's a good movie. Well done, Ebony Life. My name is Aderonke Onipede. Please subscribe and like my video. Thank you.